Ahead of this second GOP debate, the Republican presidential candidates, of course, have been out on the campaign trail making their pitch to voters.
On my first day back in the White House, I will terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration and begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
Our country is in a state of decline. This is not a decline that is inevitable. This decline is a choice. This is a decline, this is a choice we're going to make as Americans over the next weeks, months, and years. And it's not going to be enough to just simply manage the decline a little bit better than the people that are currently in power.
You can't win the American people by being absent. You just can't. The American people want you to fight for them. They want to know what you're going to do. They're going to want to know solutions.
CBS News political director Fin Gómez joins us now. Hello, sir.
Hey,
how you doing?
Doing well.
I haven't seen you since you got to town.
Love
We've
the
been
sun.
running around in different. This is nice.
Yeah, it's super nice.
These mountains are something else, folks. If you haven't been out here, you got to put this library on your map because it's a gorgeous site and a very helpful debate venue for Republicans as they try to suss out things tonight. You have been talking to all sorts of folks. That's what you're supposed to do as political director. What are you hearing about what the plan is for tonight?
I mean, in a lot of ways, I think that what I've been hearing is that Nikki Haley, who has been moving up in the polls in some of the early states and on a national level, will be a target for some of her rivals on the debate stage tonight to try to stop that momentum. I've also heard that DeSantis, who has slid in some polls, is going to actually sort of do the same strategy he did from the first debate, which is sort of stay above the fray and focus on Joe Biden. Some of his supporters tell me that what they want is him to engage more and really go after the big name who's not here, and that's Donald Trump.
Right.
The other thing is that abortion is going to be a big issue tonight. That's the expectation, at least, especially after Donald Trump's remarks to NBC in that interview last weekend, and also immigration. This is the first border state debate that they've held. And it's expected to be a big topic tonight.
We should point out this is being co-hosted by Fox Business Network. No surprise. Oh, look. There's off camera here. We can see Carrie Lake, the Arizona Republican gubernatorial candidate. Miss Lake, how are you? Good to see you. All right. Well, that's the kind of crowd we're mixing with here. It's co-hosted by Fox Business Network and Univision, our friends at Univision. So it's being simulcast in Spanish.
Yeah.
Lest you think that means a lot of questions about immigration. I was talking to somebody from Univision earlier who said, actually, what this conceivably means, ignore them, what this conceivably means is that there's just a lot more questions about the economy. Because you and I know, Latino voters, immigration is not number one, it's the economy.
You look at that Univision poll that came out earlier this week, it showed that the top issue is actually the economy, costs, healthcare, not immigration. However, this is also the largest state with the largest population of Latinos and Latino voters. So some of those issues and that audience will be directly addressed.
I mean, and a lot of the things that these guys have been saying about immigrants, DeSantis' decision to ship them to New England and whatnot, he hasn't necessarily been asked about that on a stage this big. There's the potential that he's going to have to explain himself to an audience that either is showing up to hate watch or is showing up to learn something, but is definitely going to potentially have a chance to hear from him in Spanish, translated, but either way, live in Spanish, discussing these issues that he's kind of avoided talking about unless he's talking about it in the affirmative and defending why he decided to do what he did.
Absolutely, and especially the DeSantis campaign especially has touted their big strength and the big inroads with the Hispanic community in Florida. But since then, there has been a lot of criticism from some pockets of that community and across the country, really, from the Latino community on his controversy surrounding the migrants that he sent to the northern states.
Real quick, 7 contenders are here. Their teams are here.
Right.
One team that's not here at all, unlike the first debate, is the Trump team. They're completely in Michigan, standing by this idea that it's best to continue skipping these debates, right?
Yeah, and that hasn't changed. Their perspective is that why go and sort of lower their level to what they call the JV team when their focus is Joe Biden. And if by evidence today, like him being in Michigan, to some in the Trump camp, it's a turning of the page and sort of a focus, if you will, to the general election.
Trump team calls it the JV team. You know who else called it the JV team earlier this hour?
Who's that?
California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Oh, wow.
So there's at least some agreement there. Fin Gómez is our political director. We will see more of him later tonight.